How's it going, everyone? Hope you're having an awesome day so far. RipNtear with another Doom Eternal lore video, and this will be my second part for covering the story of the Sentinels. The first part was covered a while back, and if you want to watch that one, I'll leave a link in the description below. It covered some of the earlier parts of the lore that we find within the first levels of the game. Before I get going, I always like to say how much I appreciate the support on the channel. It wouldn't be anywhere without you all, so thank you. If you are new here and love Doom, then you are in the right place. The story of the Sentinels is something that is talked about throughout the codex and levels of Doom Eternal. In Doom 2016, we only scratched the surface, but got a taste of where these warriors came from and how they influenced the Doom universe. Within part 1 of the story of the Sentinels that I covered on their origins, it covered the beginnings of their planet, where the race came from, and how the Sentinel people ruled over their lands. The world of Argenta was a young world with many creatures and giants named the Ancestrals. These beasts fought the early Argentian people and nearly wiped them from existence. However, the Argenta fought back against the Ancestrals and survived from being near extinct. They found their true potential with the Wraith powers and conquered their lands. The time of man came to be. They then crowned their first king, formed the Order of the Dag, and made sure that their sons and daughters chose the path of the sword or the path of the alchemist, for each duty honors the gods. As time went on, the Makers eventually appeared to them. These heavenly beings blessed the people of Argenta with their infinite wisdom and all-knowing power in a time of grief. They also taught them of an afterlife where each fallen Sentinel would join others that have fallen before them in the great city in the clouds. This part of Sentinel history shows that the Makers had a positive influence upon their civilization, unlike what we experience later when Hell is discovered. The Sentinel people prospered under the rule of the Makers and desired to spread their enlightened word to other worlds. They created massive fleets that would contain battle stations such as the Fortress of Doom. With the combination of both Sentinel and Maker technology, the Argenta discovered other worlds inhabited by other people and liberated new alliances and shared their beliefs with them. Within the lore, we know that Argenta migrated to both Mars and Earth. Mars was once a livable planet and had the prosperous port city of Nabad. Earth, however, was not only inhabited by the Argenta but also the Agadon hunters. It is said that the Argenta populated Earth over 60 million years ago and fought against the Doom hunters. The Dag priests at that time also bred the creatures and genetically modified them to hunt down the Slayer and the Sentinels during the Unholy Crusades on Argenta. These creatures were also older than all other known life forms on Earth and were indigenous to the planet. Definitely an interesting part of the Sentinel history as well as for humanity on Earth. Would this mean that humanity have Sentinel blood? Let me know what you think about that topic. Throughout the time the Argenta traversed the stars with gleaming war fleets, the Conmaker approached King Rohan on his throne. She revealed to him that she has foreseen a schism in the blood of the Argenta. In order to control or avoid this event, the Makers provided the divinity machine. The machine would find the impurity among those of the strongest of the Sentinel warriors. Not only would this help the Sentinel people, but to find the malicious one, the Destroyer, the one who would jeopardize the safe passage to the heavenly realm of Urdak and to bring down the rule of the Makers. The Dark One was not amongst them yet and would not be until many generations later. The coming of the Doomslayer was not a coincidence, as he himself was the Destroyer. He was first found among the people of Argenta as the Outlander and had to prove himself worthy to fight among the Night Sentinels and to make a name for himself. His rage and determination astonished the people of Argenta, and he soon became an ally within their ranks. It wasn't too long afterwards that the Dark Realm invaded Argenta and the Unholy Wars began. As the Sentinel people fought the forces of Hell for many years, the Order of the Dags found the source of their power. The Conmaker became very interested in the Essence, a power that invigorated the demons, much like the power from the Wraiths. However, this power was able to do so much more. It had the power to end life or to enhance it. No Sentinel would grow sick, no Maker would need to suffer the transfiguration that they so feared, all would be risen. As they battled with the beast, the Argenta society grew, under the watchful eye of the Makers, and through the endless power of the Essence. They developed the Elixir, which combined both the Essence and the Wraith energy. It brought them immeasurable capacity and empowered them to reach farther into dimensions once thought to be beyond grasp. However, as their society and technology grew to new heights, the Dark Realm was still at their doorstep. The forces of Hell assaulted many cities within Argenta, but the assault on the city of Nabad was one of great significance for their history. The city was the crown jewel of Argenta and served as the spiritual heart of Argent society, home to both the royal family and the city of political power. The Dark Realm invaded the city with a titan named the Dreadnought and killed everyone within the city except for those who fled to the north. They also desecrated their holy places and left the city in ruin. The Sentinels were late in their defiance against the Titan and his horde, but something happened that turned the tide of the battle. Samur, who was the Seraphim, used the divinity machine to bless Doomguy to have godlike powers. The machine was meant to find the impure among the Argenta, purified the Outlander's body, created the destroyer, the Doomslayer, the one who would bring down the forces of Hell and those of Urdak. The Slayer then fought the Titan and brought it down with his Crucible, a powerful sword full of Wraith energy. With the Doomslayer and the Night Sentinels, they drove the dark forces away from Nabad and now had an advantage in the Unholy War. With the might of the Doomslayer within the rings, the Night Sentinels pushed farther into the depths of Hell, putting their campaign on the offensive. They brought their Atlans, which were giant sentinel mechs, tearing paths through the hordes of Hell alongside the Slayer and his army. As they won many battles against the Dark Realm, the Khanmaker built vast factories under the veil of secrecy in Hell as a way to gather the essence for further development. The city of Necroval was built in Hell by the combined efforts of the Makers, Sentinel engineers, and slaves, which was designed to produce a continual flow of Argent energy for Urdak.
Argent energy is made from the souls of Hell's victims. This is the factory where that takes place. Necroval. The city of the damned. Here the humans arrive from Earth, waiting to be selected for the process.
By the time the Night Sentinels knew of this treachery of the Khan, it was too late. The people of Argenta were indebted to the demon essence and would not betray their gods or create an insurrection. Those who would listen would join in with the Sentinels and would start the civil war between those who followed the Makers and those of the free people of Argenta and the Doomslayer himself. For many years, the people of Argenta were fighting each other, and an end to the fight was made known to the Night Sentinels. The Order of the Dag informed them that if they could stop the flow of Argent energy within Necroval, the war would be over. The Order of the Dag have pledged themselves to the Night Sentinels since the beginning and made it seem as if they were still allies. However, Betrayal was done long before the Sentinels traversed to the Dark Realm in hopes to stop the flow of Argent. With the Slayer at the head of the army, they traveled to Necroval and were scattered throughout the Hellscape. The priests laid a trap and cut off their escape, forcing the Night Sentinels to fight the demon horde to the death. After each Night Sentinel was killed off, the Doomslayer remained in Hell and continued his crusade in hopes to find the Dark Lords who had wronged him. Once the Night Sentinels were no more, the last remaining Sentinels were found among the Order of the Dig, as well as the Marauders who were fallen Night Sentinels. The many cities of Argenta fell victim to Hell, but the Khanmaker made sure to keep the planet intact so the Hell Priest could continue to corrupt those left within the world and to do her work. The Sentinel people have endured many hardships throughout their history, but in the end fell victim to the powers of greed and betrayal. Doom Eternal has done a great job in telling of their story and how their influence may actually shape the future of Doom games yet to come. What do you all think about the story of the Sentinels? I know I didn't cover every single detail, otherwise this video would probably be a bit longer. Other than that, I really enjoyed discovering the lore in the game, especially this topic. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if so, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video so we can get it out there more. I will definitely be covering more topics on the lore, so set up notifications and keep an eye out for those. Also be sure to check out my social media accounts at RipNtear Gaming. You guys are the best, and I really enjoy being a part of the Doom community. Until next time, fellow Slayers, don't forget to rip and tear. Peace.